Welcome to Tangling Along with me. We are going to make a tile today, and I want to take you out on a little fun journey because I got this ink pen, and this is of glass, and it is really pretty, and it comes with a little tiny thing that you can place on your table and place the ink pen on so that it doesn't touch your work surface. And then it comes with a I think it's a blue-green really glittery something ink here, and I was thinking about maybe trying to make a tile with this ink pen today. So we're going to do that. I'm just shaking the ink here to get everything to kind of go into the ink. So I think I'm gonna make my string by making some kind of ribbon in the middle, and then the border around, and then maybe a line like that. Then we have a room for some tangling. So I will do the tangling first, then I will leave the tile to sit for a couple of hours before I am going to make the shadings on this one. But I will show you both, and for you it won't feel like a couple of hours. I always hate opening ink like this. Oh, it looks like blue. See if I can get this one out. I am so afraid of getting it all over when they have these in there. I would actually trash this one, but I'm not sure I want to do that with this. But this ink is definitely blue. I like that. So I think the glitter in there is green. I am going to place it somewhere where I don't knock it over, but I'm going to dip this one in there. Oh, that is so pretty. Now let's try and see if we can do this with ink like that. So the tip here feels kind of rough against the paper, but it really doesn't matter for me. It's some nice thin lines that it makes, so I like that. And I think I can do a lot before I run out of ink. So now I just need to figure out what to do here. I think I'm going to make a double border, so I'm going to aura my border here. And I am a bit shaky on the hand today. I think it's because this is a new tool, so I don't really know how to work with it yet. I kind of like that. Ah yes, you just like with the jelly roll, you want to have a light hand. I see that my line gets a lot better when I have the lighter hands. And I'm trying to avoid getting my hands into the ink here until it's all dry. So anyway, I am going to make the pattern here, because I like it and I think it's an easy pattern to do while I am trying to get used to the feeling of this glass fountain pen. And I do have my piece of paper to my side here, so if anything happen, I can take care of it. I feel I'm totally in control here, just like with my microns. So I like that. There we go. And I think I am going to make the roundings. I like making these roundings here on the pattern. Oh, and there's a lot of ink when I'm placing it too much to the side. I need to be careful with that. I don't know why it is kind of blobbing it here. I think it's because I am making these bigger and bolder spaces of ink. But I really do like the color. So I'm just taking my time with this and enjoying trying out this new pen here. I have a lot of different ink colors from a advent calendar my husband gave me this year. So I was thinking that maybe I could make some cool tiles with some of all the ink that I got. So I thought, okay, let me get one of these glass pens and try out. Because if that works, then I have a ton of cool inks that I can use. Remember to relax in your shoulders and your wrists. Don't push the pin into the paper while working. And remember, you can do the same tile just with your fine liners. I just had to try it out with this one. And it's the first time I'm using it. And I kind of like it. Gives me kind of the feeling of the old days and old ways. How they must have felt using a fountain pen for writing. I don't know, I think their materials was a bit different than ours, but it might have been something like this. That's neat. I kind of like it. It's a bit difficult to make sure everything is filled in with this one, but actually I think I did manage pretty good. let me see, another pattern for this one. I am again using the patterns we had on the last page so that we can try them out together on another piece of paper. So I'm gonna do this pattern here. I will write it on the screen and you can follow along if you want to. And this is a grid pattern. I might should try one day to see how long I can go with just one dip. But right now I just want to make a cool tile with this. It is really shiny in here. I don't know if the camera picks that up, but there is a lot of glitter in this ink. And I like that. But it doesn't show up that much here on the paper, I think. Maybe when it has dried all the way up, but right now I don't see it that much. Turn it over and trying to get the pattern in there. So 3 lines down and 2 lines going up. Turning my tiles, 3 lines going down and 2 going up. And I'm running out of ink again. And here we have the three lines going down and 2 lines going up, so we don't see that too much. And here, I want that a little longer. There we go. And 2 going up. Dip again, and then 1 going up, 1 coming down, 1 going up. So that was that pattern. I am going to the other side to let that dry off a tiny bit, and then I am thinking of making this pattern right here. I think that would be perfect right here. So let's do a small heart to start it off with, and then we are going to go around the work and make these small ladybugs on the way. I think I'm going to try to make the orbs here in this round. need to dip. Doing the ladybugs again. And I'm trying to avoid dipping my hands into some of the other parts that I already made. And now I really do feel how good it is to have this Lazy Susan here. This is actually one of my favorite patterns because it really fills in spaces really nice. So I'm just taking my time. We need to dip. Let's pop in some of the circles again. Just because I can. Going around those. Dipping again. And I'm going to stop here because I have my outer border here, so I'm just gonna let this pattern go behind that outer border. I also have a border coming in here, so popping in my ladybugs, and I'm gonna start here again. Hitting that line, so I'm just avoiding going over that. I'm respecting my string line here. Let me see, I'm gonna start over here. So now where my pattern is kind of divided, I am just going to make one side here done at a time. You can go all the way around every time if you want to, but I think this is kind of easier. And you can leave a line without a ladybug and then come back on the next line with another ladybug, so that you get a little difference between the lines. Going down here, I want a ladybug right here, just a small one. So I can't have a line there. And then placing a ladybug here, making a line, And then we only have this piece over here left, so I'm just gonna dip again. And then I think I'm gonna pop in a ladybug right there. And my line. A new line. I'm just slowly filling out the space that we have here with this pretty pattern. This really is one of my favorite patterns. Then another line. And there we go. So that was that pattern. I am going to take a break to leave this to dry before I continue, because that is a lot of ink in there. So I will see you in a bit. So I did take a break to make this dry a tiny bit, and then I had a minor accident with the ink. So be careful with these ink bottles. If you pull out that rubber seal, you can't shake it as well without having ink everywhere, just like I did. So I have a blue finger now. Anyway, let's continue here. I want to use this pattern here. You see that on the screen, and I think I'm gonna pop it in on this little place we have here. So let me think. Going to start with this wavy line, and then again just the other way around. Dip. And they really should meet. So I'm trying to get it to do that, and it's okay if it's wonky. Does not matter in the end. There we go. Then I am going in and making this teardrop shape from the end and out to around the middle. And I'm doing this in all the bubbles that we made. So here I only have half teardrops. And then again, full teardrops. Half teardrop. There we go. So I was thinking of making an extra line here. Jump a row and do it in the next one. Jump a row. And here. And the last one. And then I can go in here in the ones that I did not make the line in and just make a smaller orb, or a teardrop, not orb. And color it in. I still don't see any of the glitter that should be in this ink here. But it's there somewhere, but I really don't see it on the paper. Dip, and then the last place here. There we go. Do not put your hand in that, because that is wet, like in wet. So I'm just turning my tile here, and let me see what kind of patterns we want in the last piece. Yeah, I think we're going to do that one. It's on the screen now. So I'm just gonna dip in there, and then I am going to start, actually I think I'm gonna start here and then make this line up, and then a little teardrop. And a few auras around that teardrop. I'm doing the same here. Teardrop. And a few auras, and then I'm just gonna work from here. And a teardrop with the auras around it. Let me just dip, and I can do one here. And I'm just going over my string line, because I want this pattern to be 100% in there. There we go. I could do a little one slipping out of there, maybe with one aura line, maybe one here, again just with one aura, and then maybe leave it like that. Let's dip. And now I have blue again all over. So ink is fun, but you will have it everywhere. making that little ladybug with a few auras in the corners here. That little lady. Oh, that's because I actually put my finger in there. I did not see that I did that. Oh no. Well, I will have to wait and see how that dries and what we can do about it. So there you can see why it's important to let it dry before you do anything. Because I just dipped a finger in there. I'm pretty sure that was where it came from. I think I got everything here. So this is one big mess right now. I'm just gonna pop in a few dots around this pattern here. Yeah, I think I like that. I can rinse this one underwater, but everything else is kind of a mess. Anyway, I am going to leave this to dry 100% before I'm going to continue and before I'm going to try to save anything here. I am just gonna let it dry right now and then I will be back. So here we are. It is all dry now. And I really wanted to do something to save this one, so I'm using my Jelly Roll, the 08. And I were thinking of trying to cover this up, but I can see that's not possible. It's kind of smearing. So this might make it all even worse. And in here as well. Well, it does brighten it up a tiny bit, so maybe I can save it. Nah. I think this is one of the times where I was thinking that this tile is not gonna work out. But I learned that you never throw out a tile before you have done it completely from one end to the other. So I will continue with my shading. Now I don't want to put my hand in there, so let me turn it around. So I'm going to shade Doodah here, popping in some graphite here at the top because I want it to show as if it's rounded. So I'm just going in with some of my graphite, and then I am using my Touchy to soften it out. And I see that the gray here is actually turning the blue a darker blue. I'm not mad about that. So I'm just gonna continue with that. Turn my tile and to the other side here. Popping in the graphite. Taking my Touchy and softening that out into the shadow. There we go. I like that. Let's go over here. I think I am going to make a shadow here on the outside of the doodah. But I am going to keep staying inside of my first frame. Oh, the dot was not all dry, I see. So I'm giving up this tile right away. Oh, there's nothing here that is dry in this flower. I really thought I gave it enough time. I don't think this one over here is dry then. Let me do it just on this one. Soften out the ink. And I think I'm gonna go down this line here. Like this. Again, taking my tortillon, softening out the shadow. And I'm gonna take it here, because I have that up here. I am going to do it down here as well. Again, using my tortillon. Softening that up. So this tile is really doomed. I am going to pop in a shadow here along this string line I have here, and then just drag it out. Going around my pattern. And I'm gonna do the same over here, because I like the way it kind of lifts up the whole thing. And I am going to soften out the shadow here along the side. Make it kind of lift it up. I forgot to sign it, but this tile is kind of doomed, because I really don't like what's happening here. So I'm just gonna pop in a tiny bit here in the white ones of these, just to try that out. Softening that. There we go. There's nothing much to do around this one over here. I could make a line down here, and then pull that in over my diva dance. Maybe find a few spaces where there could be kind of a shadow effect here where I don't have any bubbles or ladybugs, like here and there. You really don't need this, but you can do it. Oh, that was my cat saying hello. So that is the tile. I hope yours turned out better than mine. I always end off my tiles before I decide if they go in the trash or not. Thank you for watching this video where I tried out my fountain pen with the ink, and it actually is durable. You just need to be very, very carefully and careful that you don't touch the ink, careful that you leave it to dry long enough. Then I think if I did that, everything would have went fine with this one, but I kind of rushed this one a bit too much at the end, and yeah, that turned out really, really bad. So I could delete this video and never show you, but I want to show you that sometimes I do experiments with other kind of tools when I am tangling, and sometimes it is going really, really good when I do that, and sometimes it is a bust. And this time it didn't went just like I wanted it to, but I think it came out okay. Not perfect. I might have to try this out some other time, but for now that is the video you get, so you can see that even I make things that is not 100% perfect. Anyway, that is all for today. I will see you in a week where we are starting on the next page in our book. So see you. Have an attitude of gratitude.